Good morning, beautiful, ever dying friends and family. Hope I'm pushing someone's buttons. Yes, forever dying we are, ever shedding skin, ever creating new opportunities for life, ever rebirthing ourselves into ourselves, moment by moment by moment. Oh, white resonant Worldbridger. I mean, this morning I woke up, I was like, oh, what am I going to talk about? And it was just, I just drew a blank. But I think I've maybe conditioned myself to not draw anything anymore, because if I draw something in the morning, then I get all excited about, I've spoken about that before. So now I'm like, blank. Wait till you get into the room and then talk. And now that I'm here, there's this well inside of me exactly starting or being felt. Maybe it ends in the solar plexus. Small wonder. We're in the wave spell of the red sun. Oh, I dreamt about a red sun. Um, oh, tone 7. I've just got this well in me that goes like, are we in the red castle of burning? The first 4 wave spells. I feel it. Is it burning or turning? I feel it burning and turning. I could look it up. I don't know what it is. I apologize. If you know it, good for you. If you don't need to know it. And if you feel you need to know it, look it up. 5 castles. We move through 5 so-called castles. They're not castles. They are 4 wave spells throughout the 260 days. And the first one, the initiation, is almost complete. But let me not spread out too far. I really, actually, when I tune in, for me, I want to relate for a second this process of I can live my life. Not I can live my life, but if I just, like this morning, I wake up, I think dream spell, I think resonant Worldbridger, I draw a blank, I could just drop it there and move on. It's like, I speak sometimes, I say these days are like a Christmas calendar with 260 little doors. I could not open the door and I wouldn't miss anything because my day would go on without the gift behind the door. But as I tune into these energies, they release their gift to me inside of me. And how can I describe this gift of it's a sensation, it's a feeling, it's like opening my eyes and peeping into the universe or a multiverse. Something that is like so rich and so exciting. It draws me in, and here I go. But I can remind myself that I, as yellow magnetic sun, am activated by the electric wind which we're having in this whisper. So talking to me is really going into this, investigating the dream spell. It just totally activates me, whether I talk about it or not. Talking about it triple activates me. Um, the Worldbridger on tone 7 in this wave spell. I say it again, we meet the Worldbridger We have 20 seals. The Worldbridger is one. For anyone who's just joining in the middle, you don't feel like starting from the beginning. That's a lot of hours of listening if you were to. We have 20 seals and 13 so-called tones. So we are circulating through them, each 20 and 13, and they're like two wheels going from 1 to 13, 1 to 13, 1 to 20, 1 to 20, and parallel. So we're going at the seal 14, we're back at tone 1, circulating. When we're back at seal, the first seal, we are hitting, I think, tone 8. I speak under correction. No, tone 8 is correct. And we circle. We're in wave spell 4. Not every wave spell of 13 days, it's like a week of 13 days, has each seal in it naturally. So we've gone through 4. We're in the 4th wave spell. There are certain seals we haven't seen this many times. The Worldbridger we have seen first wave spell on tone 6. Then the wave spell of the White Wizard, which ends in tone 13 on the Worldbridger, significant. I'm not going to reiterate or go back there. And then Blue Hand wave spell, no Worldbridger in that. And now Yellow Sun wave spell, Worldbridger in it. I do enjoy weaving the meaning of this castle. I haven't really done a full-on thing on that, but maybe I will do that more on tone 12 and 13. Maybe that's more tone 13 in this wave spell is the yellow human. It might be more fun since I've spoken about the human a lot. Maybe then it would be nice to weave, to dig my own self into the castle story, which I haven't really done much of, and go in there. Today we're in a bit of a, not opposite, but I've spent a lot of time talking about polarities. Remember, the lunar tone always starts the wave spell on the second day with what's the challenge, the polarity. What's when we create one thing, we automatically create its opposite. You cannot not. And this is one thing people who want to bring good into the world, they often don't realize that when you polarize what you determine as good, you polarize, and something will have to be defined as bad. It isn't optional. Tone 7, however, is the middle. We have 13 tones. Tone 7 is the middle tone, so it is neither left nor right. It's the point in the center. That's the point beyond duality. I love the concept that a point in the center of a thing is the point that's beyond the thing. I talked about the seesaw. So this is the center of the seesaw. It doesn't move. Now, if you look at the seesaw rod, all of it moves. The what is it called? The metal beam. But the arm or the foot that holds the beam, that's like tone 7. You could think of it like that. It doesn't move. In the Tzolk'in module, when we look at all 260, the central column 7, has no portal days, and it is what else is significant about it? It has no. It's not. Well, it isn't dual. It's not one of two poles. It's not one of two sides. It's really the middle. There was something else I once read about it that I wish I could bring up now, but I can't get there. Okay, let's talk again about tone 7. We've had it 4 times in each wave spell. Each wave spell is tone 7. And I will, of course, repeat myself, but the fun thing is to weave this tone 7 only happens once with a Worldbridger. So that weaving is interesting. And weaving it into the wave spell of the Yellow Sun. Tone 7, channel, inspire, attunement. It's the channel, it's the tone in the middle of, oh, I'm sorry. Whew, whew, whew. Oh, that just hit me like it. Oh, yesterday we had the rhythmic serpent. This just hit me like a little orgasm in my solar plexus. I can hardly talk. Inspire. I want to weep. For me personally, all my life, I've been really inspired by or loved the Worldbridger without knowing it. I've always been fascinated by death. And when I came of age, when I was 13, I had done my first cycle of 13 years. I had my second awakening, you can call it that, by my first awakening at the age of 11. But at 13, I really, I became depressed, teenage depression. And I was like, okay, we have to understand death if we want to understand what life is all about. I investigated the other side of this life coin. And am I ever glad I did? So, attunement, tone 7, attunement. Now I want to talk about this leaving the world of polarity for a minute, for a day, for a moment, for a thought, for a heartbeat, and join the center of the column and be neither. So if we're forming, what was it? Complementary relationships, left hand and right hand, two hands shaking. There's a moment in between where those hands don't meet, but something meets and something doesn't meet. I'm meandering a little bit. I don't know if it matters. I have the thought that when skin touches or things touch, I'm again thinking of the movie or the film, What the Bleep Do We Know? And then there's King Reginald's court of endless possibilities, a little boy with at his basketball court. And he says, it never touches. It just looks as if it touches, but it never touches because atoms, or at the smallest structure of objects, they don't touch. So there's always tone 7 between everything because nothing touches. And yet, the opposite is also true, that everything is connected. Nothing never not touches. Everything is connected. Does it matter? Is this too theoretical? Have I lost you? To me, I'm very comfortable living in these worlds of theory because I see myself as both practical, very practical. I have a body, I'm physical, I'm practical, I live and work in the world. But I'm also theory. I'm also the quantum possibility of all possibilities. So if I don't investigate the realm of all possibility, how will I know where to land? Which brings me to the yellow sun wave spell. Do we need to know where to land? Do we need to plan? Do we need to decide? Or do we let go and let the dice fall where they will? If we let the dice fall where they will, where's our faith? Are we seeing ourselves as leaves in the wind? Are we comfortable being leaves in the wind? Are we comfortable world bridging? We let go of the tree and we just drop into the wind and be blown wherever, land wherever, accept anything, take the ride wherever it takes us. Are we happy being surprised every moment as to what's next, what's happening, what's now, what's now, what's now? Or do we have faith that it's always all right? Or do we feel we are victim of the wind? We don't get to where we want to get because the wind isn't blowing us where we want to be, but we can't take ourselves there because we're dependent on the wind. Whew, that was a ramble, but that's really, really, really important. The dragon is tone 2 in the Worldbridger, in the wave spell of the sun. Nurturance, being, birth. The dragon represents our primal trust. She's on tone 2 in this world, I keep in the world, in this wave spell. So she's the polarity. But we are the sun in this wave spell. Life, not life force, that's the serpent. Universe of fire, illumination, enlighten. I prefer illumination. Somehow the word enlighten or enlightenment is loaded with weird connotations. At least to me, it's somehow uncomfortable. So I prefer to call it illumination, the sun, what's known. And I want to be a little bit careful not to confuse the sun with the way the sun is seen in astrology. The known parts of your personality, I guess. The sun aspect versus the moon, your moon or your whatever. But the sun, the central source, the inner being, the sun is not divided. So it is, the first sun we meet in the Tzolk'in is resonant, tone 7. The first life is not divided. I want to underline every word I'm saying with my own sunny life force. Death is not a divider, it is a bridger. It is a world bridger, the channel between worlds. It is at the same time that which is neither world. When we die, we are neither a human nor are we that what we be next. On the other hand, we may leave the human realm or our humanness, but there's something else that we are that we never are not. So I can give a lot of versions of what this Worldbridger is, and say nothing at all. To me, I've spent a lifetime going through all these versions, so I can land on any and be totally happy. But if I look at death equalize opportunity, so in this, let's really marry him to him, the Worldbridger. Why is he a he? Hold on. I have to not forget to drink my coffee. I don't feel like having a cold cup of coffee. So, why is he a he in my world? No idea. It's a it. Or can we stay with a he? It's because I'm German, so der Tod is masculine. So death to me is masculine. Der Weltenüberbrücker is also masculine. So the Worldbridger is a he in my world. Interestingly enough, the sun is not a she, even though in German it's a she, and it's not a he, even though in English it's often referred to as the sun is the male aspect, where the moon is the female. The sun is really both in my sense. Let's put it that way. Anyway, it's not about me, so Worldbridger. Every moment, if I could change something about the world, and I would change a lot of things about the world, I am perfectly opinionated. But it would be our understanding of death. We're dying every moment, every exhale. Tone 7 is inhale, Worldbridger is exhale. You make space for the new inhale. Those two are so perfect together. And we're guided by the mirror. And on tone 7, every one of the musketeers resonates on tone 7. Remember, I've explained that in all the others, all of them resonate on the tone of the main kin except the occult. It resonates on the frequency that adds up. The main plus the occult has to add up to 14. So yesterday, I didn't speak about that. We had the tone 6 for the serpent, rhythmic, and it would have placed the warrior on tone 8. 8 plus 6 is 14, correct. So harmonic, galactic, galactic. A reminder of the wave spell of the Worldbridger, and a reminder of harmony. The galactic tone stands for harmony, and let me take us there quickly. um, harmonize model integrity. So the warrior is the medicine to harmonize, model, and take care of the integrity of the body, of the serpent, of the kundalini, of the life force in the rhythmic serpent in the yellow sun wave spell. You see, I could talk hours. Hours. There's so much to say. And I'm trying not to waffle on too much about my own life. So we are weaving today the Worldbridger on dot 7. Every moment we die, every moment cells in our body replace, they split. If you look at the seal of the Worldbridger, you could see a cell splitting, and then there's that little space in between. A new thing grows. Two cells split, and a third one maybe grows. There are many ways, to look at this. And if we could understand ourselves, we are very, very identified with a version of our humanity that is very, very bound to this life. This is us in this Western society. I generalize, but I believe I'm right to generalize. That's my life. My life starts at my birth date and my life ends at my death date. That's the common picture. So most of us have made death, and not most of us, but the whole paradigm we're living in has made death an enemy. We need to keep everybody alive. We keep them alive at the cost of their health. We keep ourselves alive at the cost of the health of the collective. I have very strong opinions about that, which I'm not going to voice here. Someday I will. When I have a very large following, one day I'm going to kick out half of my followers because I'm going to say something that everybody is going to scream out about. Or maybe not. Would I dare? Probably not. Not as brave as I'd like to think I am. But would I care? Should I care? Anyhow, where am I going? Worldbridger. We are eternal beings, and if we don't understand that, and we're so identified with our temporary form, we cause a lot of issues. We really do. We really do. And one of them, it's burning on the topic is burning on my tongue. But if it's burning and something is stopping me, I'm going to just honor that something that's stopping me to say that, even if it's fear. It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't. I don't need to either preach to the converted or offend anyone, because it cuts no ice. But for ourselves, it's very important to understand we are sun. We are the eternal flame. Our being is eternal. We are one with the divine, the eternal source of life. If we place God as something separate from us, we have to serve God, we have to please God, we have to whatever, hope for His goodwill, hope to be in His good books. I mean, I'm going to say. Who I offend, I'm sorry. That is a nonsense concept. That is religion for children, or like this is a religion, a view of God created to control people. We are one with the divine, and we don't need an interceptor, and we don't need to, we have free will, and we can do what we want, and the divine is pleased with anything and everything we do. Can we hurt ourselves? Yes. Can we hurt another? And I'm going to say a thing that's going to probably be a bit weird, but I believe we can't, because if we hurt another, that other is a party to this story, and they are responsible for the hurt they are receiving. It takes both of us. The pain is the Worldbridger between you and me. So if I'm hurting you, you have a responsibility to that which I'm doing to you. If you understand that, good for you. If you don't, too bad. If it would be a good idea to investigate that, because that will take the responsibility back to you. And you will become quite immune to being hurt. Because the minute something happens that hurts you, you're going to be like, what am I doing to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? Being offended ends. You no longer need to defend anything. Do you see God defending himself? He does. Do you see humans defending God? Oh, yes. Are they having fun? Mostly not. Are they causing all kinds of crap? Yeah, I'd say. But let them. I mean, yeah, we go. We're free to. We have free choice. Free choice, free will. Every human has it. It's not for us to say what others have to decide. I've preached at length about that. Worldbridger, it's all about you. It's all about me. How are we well? What is your self-image? What is my self-image that I'm willing to let go every moment? Resonant Worldbridger, the freest, one of the, our own personality can become a cage. Our own ideas about how things are, how things ought to be, can become our prison. If we can free ourselves from that any moment, trust in life, the wind and the breath of life, to lead you, to guide you, to place you, to help you make the decisions. Let go. Worldbridger, let go and receive better than you can create for yourself. Many people struggle with that because we are trained into you have to make the decision. You are responsible. Yeah, I said it. You are responsible. What are you responsible for? Good luck with that. I've worked it out a long time ago, and I'm so glad about that. And I see the struggles. I see it everywhere. And I wouldn't know how to tell you how you don't need to struggle at all. I wouldn't know how to bridge that world for you, except to tell you, go investigate in the Tzolk'in, start living with the Tzolk'in. After a year or two, you're going to get it. It's going to answer. You're going to find your own answer so easily. I'm really selling this thing now. I love to. Anyway, don't take my word for it. Whew. We are enlightened. But do we understand that? We are illumined, we are illuminated, we are illuminators. The light is within us. Can we switch it on? Can we see it? Can we live by it? Can we accept it? Can we love ourselves? Can we love everything? Can we be in this space where we neither love nor hate? Where we neither choose nor negate, or what is the opposite? Not want, deny. Tone 7. Can we be resonant with everything and nothing at the same time? It's a very powerful place to be. We meet the yellow sun the first time on tone 7. I can't underline that often enough. And it took me a while to realize that. I'm like, why aren't we meeting the sun on tone 1 for the first time? That would make sense. That was my first thought. Go figure. There's nothing like laughing at yourself. Nothing quite like it. Anyway, no, we meet the sun in tone 7. So now let's talk about, I really like overlaying. I'd love to, if I spend another hour, I would overlay both the 5 kins of the resonant sun and the resonant Worldbridger. Oh, and for my own sake, I would just say, okay, so that's the Worldbridger on top of the sun. Merge those. We're guided. Sun 7 is guided by, I should know that, but I don't off the top of my head. So I have to look it up because my brain is like, I don't want to think, I want to just talk. Please look it up. Human, of course. So merge the guide human with the guide mirror. Merge the antipod dog with the antipod warrior. Love and what? Fearlessness? I mean, hello, yes? And marry the storm, freedom, auto-generation, energy with Skywalker, space, wakefulness, exploration. I mean, beautiful. And then whatever. No, that's like too many doors behind too many doors. I'm not going there. Forget it. I just started that. Anyway, if you feel so inclined, go investigate. It's fun. But oops, oh, my image is running out. Time is up. I'm turning into a rabbit or a pumpkin. Wait. Well, this should be absolutely a sign that I should stop talking, but I'm not talking. Stopping talking now. So anyway, Resonant Sun, we're not going there. We've been there. Resonant Worldbridger. So I said everything about that. Guided by tone 7. Yeah, guided. No, we're resonating on the same tone. So no duality in this space. Can we take ourselves there for a minute? I'm in that space right now, and I ask myself whether that could be transferred. It's a really, 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 it's the center of the wave. Everything builds towards it, and everything after that leaves that space. So now we're in the yellow sun wave spell. We're heading for the cosmic human. I can't underline that enough. The cosmic freaking human. That's who we are. That's who we are becoming. We'll not be released into the cosmos until we stop some of our, how can I call it without being judgmental? Childishness. We are still a species in development and we have free will, so we have the right and maybe the obligation to see how bad can we get. And here bad is an absolute judgment, like how destructive, how which human would that be? It's the shadow. How far into our own shadow can we be? How destructive, killing other humans. I mean, can it get any worse than that? Can it get any more stupid than that? Really, I use that word purposefully now because that is the opposite of the yellow warrior. That is absolutely unintelligent on at any account. But we have a right to do that, and maybe we need to. My observation is for most people, most of us need to explore what doesn't work before we actually understand what works. We need to explore how far off our own center can we go before we can find the center. So the resonant human would sit right between the magnetic human and the cosmic human. We can take a different episode just to go through all the humans on all the tones. But I don't want to investigate the shadow because we're already doing that. Just look out, turn on the TV and you'll see it. Everywhere. We see our own dysfunction celebrated. Every movie celebrates it. Every drama celebrates it. We can't do drama without human dysfunction. So we're totally in it. We're loving it. We're living it. Look at the politicians these days. It's the height of drama. I mean, they don't know what to serve us anymore so that they entertain us with their politics. I don't know. It's crazy. It's really crazy. But, it's allowed. It's okay. And we will eventually come to realize that the consequences of that are not what we want. They don't actually ultimately, in the long run, serve anyone because an injury to one is an injury to all. But before we all realize that, we have to be patient. We just have to be patient. And all we need to do is realize it for ourselves. Place yourself in the sun of your own inner sun, and you're not worried any longer about what's going on the planet. And it doesn't mean you're careless. It doesn't mean you're callous. It doesn't mean you don't care about the well-being of the world. It means you care very much about the well-being of the world because you're already there. You're already building the new world. You're already holding the space. Your frequency becomes very pure, very lightful, very whatever, and your life becomes that. Be the change you want to see in the world. There's no way around that. You be that. And it no longer matters what other people live. And then you can choose your paradigm. You can be a way shower. Don't do that actively. We may not actively force people into waking up. Try to wake up anyone when they're in the middle of their best dream. They will not thank you for it. It's fine. You don't need to. Once you've understood how it works, it's fine. Let them sleep and let them dream. If you want to change the world, you're still sleeping. I'm not waking you up. Or am I? Wake yourself up. Come back online, Dolores. And is she online when she's online, or is she in functioning mode and doing someone else's bidding? I didn't see season 4 of Westworld, so I have no idea. Anyway, Resonant, Worldbridger. We have... Oh, do I need to go into the Musketeers today? The vision of the eagle is our occult. I think I've just exactly spoken about that. The warrior is our antipod. I've already spoken about that. And the Skywalker is our analog best friend, all on tone 7, exploring wakefulness. Dreamers explore their dreams. None of us can know whether the person in front of us, well, they will be very much where we are, probably. Otherwise they wouldn't. It doesn't matter. It's not our jurisdiction to mind someone else's state. Just mind your own and resonate in your own frequency. And today, your own frequency, let me tell you what it is. It's a resonant Worldbridger. And we're resonating, we're guided by the mirror, truth, reflect, order. So in the space of neither left or right, you can see clearly. It's the only place where you can really see everything clearly. If you're a little to the left, you see, I don't know what you see clearly. Sometimes when we are one place, we see the distance more clearly. Sometimes when we're one place, we can't see the distance clearly. We only see what's close to us clearly. So I can't say anything about that now. But here, we're in the center. So maybe we clearly see nothing. Can be very valuable to very clearly see nothing. We don't need to see nothing. Okay, that can be a truth. Let life take you wherever. Don't go anywhere. Just be, stay put. Be here, breathe. How comfortable is that? Are you uncomfortable? Just breathing, not doing anything, not distracting yourself? Put your phone down. Sit for 5 minutes when this thing ends, if you're still here, and don't do anything. How does that make you feel? Just breathe. Bridge the world from one breath to the other. Place your attention on that little space between the inhalation and the exhalation, and again on the little space between the exhalation and the inhalation. And then you can see the circle. Spend some time with your own presence. Where do you resonate? What shows up? Of course, thoughts will show up if you try to do this for 5 minutes, unless you're an expert at thoughts showing up for 5 minutes or longer. Good for you. I'm not. So thoughts will show up. And it's very interesting. Observe what shows up. It'll tell you a lot about where you're at. What shows up in your body, how do you feel, what shows up in your feelings, what shows up in your mind, what shows up in your environment. And if something shows up, can you stay present with your breath at the same time as the thing showing up, or is the thing going to just drag you along with it? If it drags you along with it, can you go with it? Are you okay with it? Oh, now I'm getting too complex. For myself anyway. So reflect yourself, see the order in everything, the divine order in everything. And if there's something you're looking at and you're like, but that's not order, that is not orderly, then all that is not order by your definition of order. It is order by its own definition of order. But you are a yellow human, so you get to decide your definition of order. Just don't force it on anyone else. And be at peace with that. Organize your own world. Solar stars coming up in 2 days. Cosmic human is coming up in 7 days. We have to make these decisions for ourselves and create order in our own world. That is creating peace in our world. Order is important. Truth is important. When we resonate on the frequency of our own truth, we are free. And that's easier said than done for many of us. But that yellow sun wave spell has to be my message at all times. Find and live and resonate by your truth. And you know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Resonate on the truth, and it will set you free. That's a promise. That's the truth. I correct myself. Take 7 minutes. Please do it. Set the timer for 7 minutes. I'm going to do it now. Ooh, 7 minutes. I'm getting anxious just thinking about it. What kind of junkie am I? Okay, 7 minutes of just breathing. Okay, I'm going to pause this, stop this recording. I'm going to only edit the rest of it after my 7 minutes. I'm going to join you in the 7 minutes right now. Aho.